Barriers interview series, I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Karen Hills. She's the founder of Sister Leaders Community. And Dr. Karen, I'd like to welcome you to the Breaking Barriers series. So this series is where we get some insights and inspirations and goals from the executive C-suite leaders, female executive leaders, so that we can actually empower and encourage the upcoming or aspiring executive female leadership in the pipeline. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Karen Hill today with us.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you having me. This is exciting. I look forward to the conversation.
Absolutely. So glad. And I have to say that I highly respect your work. I respect all the due diligence with your platform, Sister Leaders. It's just an honor to have you here today. So if you can just please just give us your name again and just the current position and title for the interview.
Absolutely. So I am Dr. Karen Hills Pruden. I am the founder of the Sister Leaders Community Foundation organization. And I'm an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. So I have the combination of the two worlds that I bring 30 years worth of experience to speak about.
That's awesome. That is just a wonderful, extensive background. So we should have really great input here. So how long have you been working in the C-suite or executive level?
About 15 years as the executive level, 30 years overall in my professional and business and operations.
Awesome. So in terms of your profession or direct area of expertise, that would be, I think it's human resources?
Correct. Human resources and operations. My specialties are actually technology and analytics. And I actually just recently moved to another C-suite position effective January 1st. And so, which is Assistant Vice President of Project Management and Finance and Administration, which is in line with my specialties, because of course, my specialties are technology and analytics.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sure they can use all of your expertise and wisdom you got over the years. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So yes, awesome. And so if you can just describe for us your industry where you worked, whether it's in technology or HR, and the specific challenges it faces in terms of cultivating resilience. And you can pick either one to start one or two areas, but in terms of cultivating resilience, emotional intelligence, mastery, navigating difficult conversations, leaders doing that, empowering authentic leadership, and building strategic and personal resilience networks. If you can just highlight a few and describe the challenges there.
Absolutely. Of course, that is a mouthful.
Yes.
But yes, so I will lean on HR because, of course, I have been in the HR field and industry for decades. And so for HR, let's talk about resilience. Resilience with a changing workforce. We have about 4 or 5 generations that are in the workplace now. People are working longer. Whether they have to or not, they're there. And so you have your new entrants, which is individuals who are just getting their first professional job in the workforce. And then you have individuals who in the past would have been retirement age who are still within the workforce. And so being able to navigate between those generations within the same workspace, knowing that they work differently, have different priorities, and they even view work differently, is one of understanding what the needs are for the different generations, and we're being able to work through any bottlenecks that may happen as a result of the difference in the priorities. And so you definitely have to be a resilient leader. It takes time to work through conflict. And conflict is not, although it's not always adversarial, sometimes it can be viewed as adversarial, but sometimes it is needed in order to get your team to the next level. And so is needed to get your team to to the table for the conversation. And so, in terms of resilience, being able to work through those uncomfortable conversations about why particular generations view other generations a particular way, and helping them to see the value in all of the generations and how they work differently, and how we can all work together collectively to accomplish our strategic initiatives.
Absolutely, and brilliantly said. You're absolutely right. So obviously, in order to be a resilient leader, which is obviously necessary for a high-performing leader, right? You need to have the right mindset and you need to have the right coping mechanisms. And of course, navigating difficult conversations, like you said, if you have all those different gen populations there, then you need to be able to cater to those needs. So you're absolutely right in this climate. And so the question I have is really, what does Dr. Karen, in your years of experience, what does resilience really mean to you in the context of your role as a C-suite executive?
Resilience means staying in the fight, not tapping out. And what I mean by that is not tapping out is um, I have employed this methodology called the 5 whys, where I'm trying to find the root cause of any given situation that we deal with in the workplace, where you don't just take the what you think is the surface reason as the answer, and so you dig deeper by just saying why. When you think you've reached a conclusion, you continue to ask why until you've done it a minimum of 5 times. And so I operate from the premise of I don't know. So if you go in thinking, I don't know, then you are in a gathering of information phase, and you are taking in through conversations with people, through reviewing your processes, through looking at your technology. You're looking at it with a learning set of eyes. And so part of being resilient, a resilient leader, is starting with a blank slate at each given situation. I don't go in, no matter, even though I've been in this game for 30 years, I don't go in knowing that, oh, I've been there, done that, seen that. Nope. With each given situation, I kind of go in like a blank slate until I gather enough information. And then when I gather the information, that's when I tap into my years of experience to see if I've seen something that is similar to this. And I share that with whoever I'm working with. Because as a C-suite executive, you're not the one doing the work. It's everyone up under you that's doing the work. And so you have to always go in an information gathering mode, because each situation can be slightly different from your last situation.
Absolutely. And from what I gathered from what you just said, is that humility plays a big part in that, right?
Absolutely.
In order for you to be truly absorbing everything within that particular scenario, instead of running to conclusions, you need to be humble. And through humility, you gain a lot of respect from the your circle of influence.